Zingerman's mail order sends extraordinary, traditionally made foods anywhere in America. It's the online shop for Zingerman's. The Zingerman's Professional Presents program packages food and gifts that feature hearth-baked breads, handmade cheeses, varietal coffees, estate-bottled olive oils, and lots of other great stuff that are custom selected and professionally packaged to create unique and spectacular gifts. Lois Weinblatt is Zingerman's Professional Presence lead concierge. She works one-on-one with her guests to create customized branded gifts that ensure a quick, painless process. Doesn't that sound great? Lois began to work at Zingerman's during college, first as a Zingtern, immersing herself in Zingerman's philosophy on food, service, and finance. She spent the following summer working at Zingerman's Deli, then went back to school at Boston University, where she took on an editorial internship at Cook's Illustrated magazine. After moving to Chicago and working in PR for Sara Lee, Lois had an epiphany. And that epiphany was that she had to come back to Zingerman's to continue her career. Serendipitously, this was at the same time that Zingerman's mail order had decided to bring someone on to lead their professional presence department. She returned in 1979, and the synergy of talent and opportunity grew. This is like a great novel, isn't it? Well, maybe it's just an okay novel, because we're just in the middle of it. So I thought that would be funnier. So, all right. We'll just continue regardless. All right. So if you'd like to create a custom gift that includes your own personalized products or a personalized gift card, that's why Zingerman's Presents exist. You can call Lois or one of the elite squad of service stars, and they'll guide your corporate gift giving. So Lois Weinblatt, lead concierge for Zingerman's Mail Order Professional Presents, tell us how you and your colleagues can get us through the holidays happy and providing excellent gifts for family, friends, business colleagues, and clients. But first...
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can everyone see me up here? Can everyone hear me up here? Thank you. Thank you so much. So how can we do it? How can we do it this holiday season? It really all starts with a vision for us. And what that means is that we get down a vision of what success looks like, what that vision of fantastic service to our guests looks like. And really that's providing the Zingerman's experience not only to the guests who order with us, but also to the recipients who receive those very generous gifts. So at Zingerman's, we talk about the aspects of a fantastic vision being that it's inspiring, it's strategically sound, it's documented, and it's shared. So in the spirit of that sharing, I would love to share just a short excerpt from our vision for the holiday season at Professional Presence this year. So our guests came to us this holiday because we could create those signature gifts or something truly unique for each of their recipients. By the end of the season, our folders were overflowing with quotes from $20 to $200 gifts, sweets, savories, and everything in between, and guests were just blown away by the combinations we came up with. We got comments about how impressed our guests were with our ability to really get at the heart of what they were looking for and then get it for them. So, of course, that's what we strive to do when we work with our guests to create custom gifts for their recipients. So what do I say? What do I mean when I say these custom gifts? It can be everything from a woman that we've worked with for the past 3 years who creates a custom group of installments throughout the year for her recipients. So every 3 months they receive a selection of cheeses and breads and accompaniments that are all from a different country all over the world, and we write up specific literature to include with her gifts every year, and they're blown away. It can be a woman who called me over the summer and wanted to send a gift of thanks to a group of firefighters who had helped her in a crisis. So we knew it would be this big group of hungry people who love to cook, and we sent all the ingredients for an amazing Italian feast for them to prepare themselves. And then it can be something as interesting as a woman who called from Germany last year. So you can imagine with the time difference when those conference calls took place. And she had read one of Ari's business books and was incredibly inspired. And she wanted to send those books along with some treats to several art galleries that she owned around the country. So she had two directives for me. She wanted me to include very clean snacks, no messy moon pies or sugar-covered Stollen to get all over the fancy art. And she also wanted to include those books. So we got all those clean foods ready for her, and then Ari came in and he signed every single book individually for her recipients. So those are some of the things that we do for folks who know.
Hold it. What is clean food?
Well,
like Jell-O?
Our Charlie at our candy manufacturer has not made Zing Jell-O yet, but I will definitely get back to you if that happens. So those are some of the examples of folks who kind of have a sense of what they're looking for. But most people who call us have no idea what they're looking for. All they know is that their to-do list is about 18 pages long, and that's it. So that's where our expertise can really come in, as our team of concierges. Pardon me. And with all the foods that we have in our warehouse, all the variety, all the different kinds of products, it really is kind of helpful to have somebody there to narrow and distill all the options for you. Because it can be a blast to be on Zingermans.com for 4 hours, but at the end you might just wind up with more options than you can even begin with, and then you're just a little more confused than when you started. So we do that by spending a lot of time and energy getting to know our food, so that when these guests call, we can knock things out really quickly for them. We do it by having tastings with our crew twice a day. We do it by the very difficult job I have of being on our cheese tasting team. So every Friday morning at 9 a.m. we taste through all the cheeses in our cheese room at mail order. So not only do we have a great sense of the flavor profile of the cheeses, but we know exactly what's peaking at that moment, what cheeses are tasting best that week, the next week, the week after, so the recipients know that when they send that gift, it's going to just be stellar. And then lastly this year, we actually brought in some specific products just for our professional presence guests. So these products can't be found in our catalog or online, and it's everything from the best pistachios I've ever tasted that are grown in California and then roasted in really small batches out there on the West Coast, to just 100 boxes of incredible chocolate hazelnut confections from Italy that we brought in just for our professional presence guests. So how do we make this happen? We have this knowledge. We know we want to get what we want we know we want to be able to distill down all the different products we have for our guests, and how do we actually make this happen? So for local folks, oftentimes this means meeting for a one-on-one consultation. So Greg Peters, we got to have a fantastic one a year ago. And basically what it means is we sit down together. We have a huge selection of products in front of us, and then from there we cherry pick what they like. Of course, this means we have to sample. It's a very scientific process. Are those
Michigan cherries that you picked? No.
So we have a lot of other Michigan products.
I'm going to shut up now.
You could direct that sign toward him if you want. So anyway, we get all these products together, and then they're able to cherry pick the different things that they like, and right there in front of their eyes, we build their custom gift, and when they walk out of the door, they're done. All they do is send me their recipient list, and that's it. They're squared away for the season. Of course, not everyone in Michigan or around the country can have time to sit down and sample a bunch of delicious foods, so we do that over the phone. We talk to guests about, is this gift going to a home or an office? Is it going to be enjoyed in a break room or a boardroom? So after we answer those few questions, we'll be able to sort of knock out a few different options, and from there, again, people are able to get the process done pretty quickly. Which brings me to my last point, which is just that we really do try to make that process as painless as we possibly can. At Zingermans, we really say that a guest is never an interruption in our day, but we know that as a busy professional, usually calling us is an interruption in your day. So we want to make sure that every guest is paired up with one personal concierge. So it means that you have that one-to-one relationship. We have guests who has had the same concierge 3 years in a row, and they call, and how's the wife and the kids and all that. And it means that when you can carve out that 5 minutes to call us between meetings or shoot us an email, you're going to get a response from that one person, and not going to have to start at square one every single time you call in. So those are just a few different ways that we try to, like you said, make gifts that are customized, branded, and make a fully painless process for you guys over the holiday, and ensure that that Zingermans experience is fantastic as we can possibly make it for you and the people who are lucky enough to receive your generous gifts. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great.